Breakfast. My name is Etoma Edu.
Good morning, Nigeria and the rest of the world. Thank you for joining us on the midweek edition of TVC Breakfast. I am Veronica Danikboy.
Top of the morning, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. We have a very, very huge lineup today. So you woke up right, grab your coffee. It's time to have breakfast.
Absolutely. Today is Wednesday and I'm happy to be here with my colleagues. Happy that you're joining us also this morning. I'm Ibrahim Shita. And good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning.
You're happy to be here.
Yeah.
When you said it's time to have breakfast, I had this mental picture of
Imaginary breakfast.
something very nice in front of you.
No, but the discussions are really nice. So that is the breakfast.
I'm talking about food, not discussions.
So I guess you are hungry. That's the bottom line of this whole matter. Well, we're already counting down to the Salah celebration, and one of our conversation will be focusing on that. I'm looking at you, Ibrahim.
I can see. You're looking at me. I can see.
Deliberate.
I can see.
I have faith in you.
Do I look like Ram?
I have faith in you.
You're already looking like one.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we have an array of issues we will be looking at this morning. Definitely, the race to 2027 is also one of our major focus this morning. We'll definitely look at stories making the rounds on the front pages of the newspapers and also stories that are trending now later on. And then we'll head to the FCT for the FCT brief. But let's begin with the story where to ease the financial burden on Muslims in Lagos State during Eid al-Adha celebrations, the Odiolo Local Council Development Area LCDA has sold rams to residents at a subsidized rate of 75,000 naira. This initiative, now in its 8th edition, aims to support Muslims in fulfilling their religious obligations while showcasing the benefits of democratic governance. Over 1,000 healthy rams were sold out during the event at the council secretariat in Ilupeju. The council chairman, Razak Ajala, stated that the subsidized rate of 75,000 naira compared to over 200,000 naira is in open markets aligns with the teachings of the Holy Quran. He dismissed claims of politicization, explaining that only a voter's card to prove residency and a radio TV license to demonstrate civic responsibility are required to purchase the rams. This initiative seeks to make Eid al-Adha celebrations more accessible and affordable for Muslim residents in the area. I'm wondering why we like to politicize things. Just Ramu, people have started saying, oh, it's there's politics tied to it and all of it. But I like the fact that this initiative have been on and they've been able to sustain it for the past 8 years and counting. I believe that a lot of people have taken advantage of it because there are those who have had difficult times. I may not be able to purchase rams like we rightly pointed out, 200,000 naira, 1.5 and the likes. But one of the dictates of Islam is that they should be able to, celebrate with whatever it is they have as much as possible. But with this initiative, a lot of persons will be able to celebrate at the end of the day.
And those that are saying that it's being politicized is because they are asking for documents that they do not have.
But they're saying it's not true now.
They are saying it's not true that they are asking for those documents. However, 75,000 naira for a ram as against 250, 450, and it's like dashing people the ram.
Well, you're still paying for something.
Yes, you are, but you are compared to what you would have bought, from the market.
It's a little above minimum wage. Me, I was looking for just take.
How, Veronica? How?
No, excuse me. Why are we talking about minimum wage here? Who talks about minimum wage when you go to the ram market anywhere in Lagos to buy and they tell you that ram is 1.2?
Just like dashing it out.
Yes. Compare it to buying the same ram for like 500,000 or 1.2. So it's giveaway.
It's possible to give it out for free. There's nothing
Veronica.
wrong. No, of course. It's possible to give it out for free.
Veronica, do you want ram?
No, I don't mind. I don't mind. But I'm just saying that it is possible to give it out for free. Especially for those who may not even be able to afford the 75,000 naira. You can identify those ones in a separate group and just say, you know what, we are giving this to you. And those who can afford it, of course, pay for it. There are those who will even come together as a group to say, you know what, this 75,000 naira, let's let's just look at how we can beat it down, so we can have monies to buy other things like pepper, tomato, rice and stuff. You know now.
But you know, Edoma, on this table, see, let me tell you, it just shows that human wants are insatisfiable. Whatever you do, people are never ever okay with it. So now they've said ram is 75,000. Now you're saying they should dash the ram out. Like, why are we like this as human beings? But I think it's a step in the right direction, because looking at the prices, and now at least Ibrahim will be able to get ram for us. So I'm very excited because looking at the prices, looking at the prices is quite scary. You see, like Edoma, you were saying 1 point something. There is ram of over like 2 million. There are these really big ones that are really pricey, and we know what the economy is saying. So a lot of people may not even really eat. Some people were talking about chicken. Some people said they will have chicken, but I know that
now there are those who use fish, sir.
That's right.
Not a joke now.
I'm done. But anyway, I think we should.
It's the way you said
it. It's the way she said it. But I think we should give the local government the accolades. It's a good one, and the fact that they have sustained it. I also agree with what Edoma is saying, because the prices of what they're selling, and they're giving it for 75,000 is quite like a giveaway price. So Veronica, let's not be too greedy.
You must bail me out.
It's quite laudable. I think Oyo State did it for, he's doing it for their own civil servants too. About 5,000 of them that said they will be receiving, the ram order that received, and they also added some condiments. They added some things for them too, so as to be able to celebrate. But one thing about Eid al-Adha is it's not about the ram. It's not about the slaughtering of the ram. It's about the obedience that it's been commanded. It's just in commemoration of what Prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in Christianity and Judaism rather, did in respect to any commandment of God to sacrifice, to make sacrifice to God. We know the story. So the thing there is that if you check the part of the Quran that talks about it, he said, it is not the blood or the meat that gets to me, it is your piety. And if you do not have the means, it is not under compulsion. If you have the means, then you do it. But if you don't have the means, then you look for alternatives. So it starts from camel. Then you have cow, both male and female. Then you have ram, the sheep, or the ewe, which is the female. And then you can get to goats, the billy goats or the nanny goats, the she goats. And then, on and on.
But not chicken. Can you ever get a chicken?
So the thing is, whatever it's within your means, you are not expected to take a loan.
I like the fact that you are emphasizing this, because when I mentioned fish, she started laughing. They started.
No, but I would not go to a salapata and you sell me fish. I wouldn't eat it.
Why not?
Imagine going to a salapata and they give you fish.
You must not take a loan. You must not put yourself under compulsion, to do this. But the essence of it is that when you do it, you have to make it a festival. That feast should be spread around, given to those that are needy. Then you're just a part of it, not everything. A part of it to your own family, a part of it to people that are needy, and then you share.
We are needy already.
I also know that there are some communities that also give out free rams. A lot of people do it.
So that, please.
And
guys,
it's also
do crowdfunding for me. It
will be very nice for one person, because I know there are Muslims that can afford this. One person buy like 2,000-3,000 rams and just give it out.
If I were a Muslim, that's something I think I could have done. And I'm thinking
you can still do it. You can still do it.
Some Christians or even some non-believers do it.
You really want to eat
whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew or anything, you can do it.
I'll think, but not for the people. I don't have that much. Maybe for us here.
No, start with Ibrahim, please. Ibrahim, I like the fact that you mentioned celebration, so we are looking forward to the celebration, because you'll be inviting us.
That's the only thing you remember.
Yes, you have to invite us.
Anyway, let's leave the conversation here now. Move on. We'll take a breather. When we return, it will be time for the newspaper review. Stay with us.